Good afternoon, everyone. How we doing? Good. Come on, a little more energy than that. It's after 12. I'm Lance Pillersdorf. I am one of the organizers of Advertising Week, and it's a wonderful pleasure to be here in day 3 of our 7th edition of Advertising Week Europe. And we have a wonderful treat from our friends in Japan via China about some of the amazing technology that's happening. As someone that's been lucky to visit Japan and China many times through our travels for Advertising Week Asia, the technology, especially around commerce, is really way ahead of many of the things that are happening in the U.S. and in Europe. So, without further ado, my friend Daisuke Takashi-san. Sorry.
Hi and good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for attending our presentation right after lunch. My name is Daisuke Takahashi. I'm the vice president for Popin Company from Japan. She's a paying firm and manager of e-commerce business center. And Feng is senior product manager. Today, I would like to tell you about e-commerce product innovation. There are 3 things I'd like to cover today. Firstly, Paying Firm will talk about our product solution. And then I will explain our business model. And Feng Shui will explain our system detail. And finally, we will describe our features and future. You can ask the question on slide, and we will answer the question after the presentation.
Okay. So I would like to share my internet shopping experience with you. So this day, many people will gather the information from social media, like to use a hashtag to check the chat, also to get inspiration from such as the interior design and Instagrammable cafe or store or fashion. And right now, actually, I am a Japanese idol otaku. Have you ever heard the otaku this word before? Okay, good. Okay, it's a subculture in Japan, and this is not the key point I will mention today. But this girl, she's my favorite idol, called Edo Misa, from a group called Nogizaka 46. And this is not the key point I will mention today either, okay? So I love her very much. I will check her any relative social accounts like the Twitter or Instagram. And of course, I will save the picture of her. And because I really, really love her, so I will imitate her fashion. So sometimes I will try to search the similar item from the internet. However, the current search engine cannot really meet my demand. As I upload the image to search image, the agent will just back me the all similar image from whole network. So I cannot really access to her web shop or just maybe access to the fashion magazine. Or on the other hand, maybe I can to check search by the text. However, the agent will just back me no results. As this current situation, we find a solution called a visual search in e-commerce website. How is it work? You just upload the image from your album. Just upload it, and then we will show you all similar items from the e-commerce website you are viewing. So what's the point? The first point is you can search a similar item of the image, and only in the e-commerce website, so you can definitely purchase the item. On the other hand, you can also check this item in your favorite website. So the similar item, the celebrity wear is very like the high-level brand, but maybe you just like the middle or the lower brand. So you use this one, you can find a similar item as the celebrity you love. And the other experience, by my experience is, sometimes I will check the website, and the item maybe I love, and I feel it's just nice, or just great, or just good, but I want to find a better one, a great one. However, the traditional recommended widget will just show the other users' purchase history, or just show me the same category, or just show me my browsing history. So this item actually doesn't make sense for me, because this item actually is totally different from the item I'm viewing right now. So we find the other solution called the visual AI recommendation. How it works, we will just recommend you based on the visual. No history, no the category, just based on the visual. So like this one, I love this one piece. So I will tap the icon, our action icon, and then we will show you the similar item as the current image you see. So what it can make you to conversion, how to it make you buy the purchase item is because a similar one, you can encounter every new chance. And the new chance will make you to want to buy this item much than before. And our service, like the AI, visual recommendation, and image search, just simply insert a code in the e-commerce website, and you can have these two services for free forever. So Feng Shui, because it's a free, how is the company to make money with this service?
That's a good question. Thank you, Yifan. Before I answer that question, I want to see a quick show of hands. How many of the audience here today has worked or has partnered with the e-commerce site? Can I see a show of hands? Okay, fair amount. Okay. So to answer the question, the business model, a question for the ones who have raised their hands is that if you have just $1 to spend, just $1, would you want to spend pay a search engine to take someone to a landing page, just someone random, and take them to a landing page, or B, only pay when your customer adds an item to the shopping cart? I think the answer is pretty obvious. Can you next slide? So this is exactly how our model works for Poppy in Action. The definition of an action is when a customer like what they see at the recommendation results and adds the item to the shopping cart, that is when we make $1 from the e-commerce site. Because our business model is purely based on the conversion instead of like some of the other vision-based service charge like money by the APIs consumed without any guarantee of the results. So it's pretty simple. If a customer likes what they see in the search results or the recommendation results and adds the item to the shopping cart, then we take $1.
Okay, so we are testing with few websites right now. So will you please share the feedback from them?
Right. So we have launched our beta version with e-commerce sites in 10 Asian Pacific countries, including Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Macau, Indonesia, India, Singapore, Brunei, and Malaysia, like 10 countries so far. And the feedback that we have from our launch partners are pretty motivating for our team. So first of all, our e-commerce site partners really like the feature because it brings tremendous user value, right? Like Yifan just mentioned, before image search was available, people just used textual search, but you have to be really like descriptive and follow the naming scheme of the e-commerce site to be able to find that particular item you want. But with image search, it just completely breaks down the barrier of textual search. So you will not have to bother, what language is it or how to spell it. For example, in Chinese, you have to learn to spell pinyin to be able to type. Well, you don't have to worry about any of those things. And you just, upload a picture or just whip up your phone and just tap. And you're just one tap away from searching the item that you want. So that is a total game changer. And I predict that 5 years from now, image search will be a table stake for all e-commerce sites throughout the world. So our customers really like that part because it brings tremendous user value. The second part that they like is that by being able to see the search that your actual customers, upload, you have, tremendous insight into what your customers like, what pictures they upload, and you get to see the trend of what's popular right now, what your customer want to find on your particular website. So that is not possible with the current search engine, textual search. And what else our customer like about the product is that the current recommendation engine is purely based on users' behavior. For example, the Amazon model, people who have bought this also have bought that, or you may also like. Those are based on historical data on your behavior or other people's behavior. But it's not reflective of the item that you're seeing right now, like its visual attributes, right? The pattern, the color, and everything else. So our recommendation algorithm really exploit the potential of the other items in your catalog. So for example, the recommendation model that I just mentioned earlier, the Amazon, you may also like a model, it really is skewed towards the items that are popular on the platform. But y'all know that e-commerce site, we're not just selling ads, and ad is unlimited. We're selling actual goods, right? And products and sites, they run out fast. But if you show your customer what is not available, people will not be happy. So by recommending products that are in stock and look similar to the ones that they're interested, you actually opens up doors for your customers to buy what they like. Something that's similar but cheaper, or maybe looks somewhat different. So that is also a tremendous value. And other than that, our customer really like the integration is like dead simple. We only ask them to apply one line of code, and your website is instantly empowered by those two features, like image search and image recommendation. You don't need to hire like a contract developer, like an average person, admin person can do that. And the other thing that they like is the business model, right? Like I said, many websites, they apply a API-based model, so you pay an installation fee or activation fee, and then you pay like $2 per 1,000 API consumed. But you don't guarantee on the delivery, the results. But our model is purely based on micro-conversion. So if you don't make any conversion, then we don't charge anything until you actually make a conversion, $1 for every item that is added to the shopping cart. So yeah. And what's behind these amazing technology is based off on Baidu's AI capability. Baidu, as an AI powerhouse in China, it partners with JD.com, which is also China's largest online retailer. We use JD's highly accurate training data for including 1 billion SKUs from JD to train the models that identifies different, fashionable items, accessories, furnitures, and all that. And we train the model using NVIDIA's best-in-class GPU servers. And I'm not sure how many of you have known this, but Baidu has one of the best computer vision scientists team in the world. We have SVAIL, like Silicon Valley AI Lab in Sunnyvale, and we employ the best-in-class computer vision scientists. And in the last 5 years, we have won numerous competition in AI technology, like Vision AI, including Web Vision, ActivityNet, and we were also invited to speak at CVPR, the most prestigious computer vision conference. And from here, I'm going to hand it over to Daisuke to talk about what it has brought us here and what is the vision for us in the future. Thank you.
Interesting? Thank you. And you are probably wondering why Popin involved e-commerce services. What is Popin? We will explain detail later. And firstly, please watch the following video. Okay, currently Popin provides 3 services, such as Popin Discovery and Popin Alerting, and the first services we mentioned, Popin Action. About Popin Discovery, Popin Discovery is a native ad platform in Asia, and we are covering in Japan and Korea and Taiwan traffic now. We always provide the news media contents matching the user interest. By doing so, we are able to keep the reader on the website, therefore increase the page view and increasing the potential monetization. This is MSN Japan and L Online HuffPost Japan are a part of our current partners. Remaining logo are popular fashion website in Asia. And we work very closely with those web media, so we understand fashion needs in Asia. Popin Discovery shows the recommendation widget under each article as this image. Then we can take users to contents they may like. About Popin Alerting, it's an IoT, smart ceiling light with integrated projector we are providing. We Popin providing internet solutions such as Popin Discovery for 10 years. So you may think it is a little unique that the internet agency also providing hardware, right? Actually, Popin Alerting concept is very similar to Popin Discovery, as we also try to offer good content to the users they enjoy their daily house life. We always care about our users' experience, and since Popin Alerting combined light and projector and speaker, you can enjoy your own home cinema in your bedroom or use our kids' content to improve parent-child communication. We are able to do this with the support and know-how provided by Baidu Big Data.
Okay. So as Daisuke mentioned in the beginning, He will talk about our Popin features and future. So from now, I will talk about the future. Currently, we are very successful with our current service as a discovery and Popin Aladdin in Japan. So Action actually is a new service. However, we are very similar with this recommendation widget in Asia. So we wanted that maybe we can combine the Popin Action and the Popin Discovery, because we can take a user from our network and go to the e-commerce website and make the conversion. As in our fashion website we are working with right now, there are many fashion items in the website. So maybe, of course, the magazine maybe will write down the brand, but for the user, maybe I would like to try to buy the cheaper but similar one. So maybe in the future, we can combine these two services together. And then as a Popin Action with Aladdin, Aladdin is very high performance projector. And you can see the clothing is changing right now. So we just imagine that maybe one day you can go to the internet shopping with a Popin Aladdin, because it has a very big screen. And in your home, you can just slide the Popin Aladdin in your smartphone, and then you can just try to fit the clothing by the projector. So you can make your home shopping more enjoyable and very, very interesting by the project. So right now, because the Popin Discovery and the Aladdin already expand to the Asia, and maybe for the Discovery, because we have some language barrier, because right now we only can read Korea and the Japanese and Mandarin Chinese, or maybe simply Chinese. But in the Popin Action, we just use the visual. We understand that the visual is borderless, so it's very easy to expand to the other country. So we come to the Advertising Week Europe because we want to expand our current service in Europe. So if you have any question, just ask us, and maybe we can have a discussion here later. Yes. So thank you.
Thank you.
Our presentation is over. Thank you. Okay, thank you. We just got some
Now we're going to
questions.
take some questions and
Yes.
answer them.
Why is it red?
What influences the ranking? Let me take the first one. What influences the ranking of visual search and visual AI recommendation? So the visual search and visual AI recommendations are actually based off on the same technology that the search engine ranks by the visual attributes. You know, to a user, actually, it's a black box. You don't know what the algorithm is behind it, but allow me to just simplify. The mechanism is based off on, first of all, a very important attribute is color, like the exact color, what the clothing is of, the majority of the color, and then the visual pattern, if it has, you know, stripes or is it of a floral pattern, it's going to recognize it with very high accuracy that amazed our users' e-commerce site. If you have like a big database, for example, one of our customer is Elle, Japan, Elle, the fashion magazine. They have a catalog of over like 50,000 items. The more they have, the more similar clothes that they have. So the results are really influenced by the size of the database. If it's big, then it's going to show you like very similar looking items to the ones that you're seeing. Color, pattern, and the size of the database, I think those are very important attributes that matters, the ranking of the technology. I hope that answered the question. And the second one, allow me.
Okay.
Second one, is there a minimum SKU number and stock level per e-commerce sites to utilize the Popin recommendations? So we have worked with e-commerce site that have a data fee of usually over 500. I think that gives a pretty reasonable recommendation results. So the minimum we're looking at is at least 500. It gives like some variety, but it also shows products of a similar pattern. And it also depends on if you're selling to the masses, like men and women, kids, you know, elders, like adults, women and men. It really depends. If you have, for example, like just 15 pieces of clothes for kids, then the result won't be as good because you don't have the you know, similarity and the size of catalog to show like pretty reasonable results. So we would, as a rule of thumb, I would say like 500 is a good number to get started.
So let's take the second one.
Okay. And next one, actually I'll take that one. Is this search working in Instagram also? So maybe there's a little bit confusion from the slide that we just showed. Instagram itself doesn't support image search as far as I know, but Pinterest does support image search. But what our technology allows is that it empowers e-commerce sites that previously don't have those technologies to use the same technology that Google, Pinterest, you know, like Baidu and Alibaba's of the world have. And we only use the technology on your own website, so it's not going to show you results of, you know, your competitors' products. We only index the products on your site, so it works exclusively on your site. For does it support search in Instagram? We have some conversations with our partner sites. Some of them really have a feature on their own website called Insta that use the pictures of people wearing, you know, their brands of clothes on Instagram, and they just show. We're able to identify, you know, the clothes, and it matches. Cross-reference it with the ones on their website and using our technology. So it's able to identify this, it's the same piece of cloth and rank it in the order of, you know, most similar to the least similar. Yeah, I hope it answered the questions. And then next. Is there a maximum the algorithm can handle? Could marketplaces such as Amazon or eBay use something like this? Like I said, as far as I know, Amazon, at least the mobile app, supports image search, but it only indexes products from their own catalog, like Amazon sellers or Amazon themselves. So our technology really enables the very same technology on your own website. And eBay, I don't think eBay supports image search right now. Okay, I'll move to the next question. Where would the customer upload the image? To your site, or is it a particular plugin? So like Ethan demonstrated, when a EC site is integrated, or our product is integrated on the EC site, then we have a camera icon where the customer will just tap the icon and they'll be able to upload a picture from their phone or, you know, their local storage, and that is where they upload the image to the e-commerce site, of course, because our integration is literally just the admin add a line of code, a JavaScript code to their site, and their site is instantly empowered with this capability, and it's going to show the camera icon whenever the search bar is shown, because that's like the prime real estate for people to search for things. So yeah. And let's move to the next question. How does Poppin Action mitigate against fake product images that may hurt consumers, especially on marketplace website? That's actually a very, very good question. Some of the website, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with some of, I probably am not allowed to mention the names, but they have issues with that when they post ads on Instagram or Google or Facebook that directs the traffic to their own like fake products. currently, the way that we want to mitigate the risk is that we will have a very tight scrutiny on the partners that we choose. For now, for our launch partners, they are all like sort of like well-known brands like Elle, Mix Tokyo, Hijab. So we try to eliminate the partners that create like fake products, because we don't want to ruin our reputation. I know, Chinese companies don't usually have a good reputation for these things, but we want to be very mindful of this and just try and manually mitigate it to begin with. So the next question, does the technology recognize once you've made a purchase so you are not remarketed for what you've already bought? Yes, that's a solid yes. So we will be able to track if you have made a purchase and the purchase is attributed through our technology, the recommendation results that you clicked. And once you have bought the item, our database just will update. So it eliminates you from seeing, the same outfit that you already bought.
So this we need to work with the e-commerce manager, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So when a customer on board with us, they're also given access to something called Action Dashboard. So that's sort of like Google Analytics for Action. So you'll be able to see, how many clicks you have on your action buttons and what is the conversion, and all the dashboard reporting stuff goes on there. So you'll be able to see that and be able to make some tweaks that are allowed. Last question. Is this visual recommendation technology limited to clothing commerce currently? What about multi-category commerce business? That's a great question, by the way. So we're asked by e-commerce sites of various types. A lot of the business that came to us are in fashion, because unlike, say, electronics, right? People buy electronics based off on brands and, like computing power, what processor is being used, like screen, Godzilla screen, or the size of the screen, the specs. But for clothing, people are like visual animals. We are attracted by the pattern of the dress. The lady was wearing, a very beautiful flower dress. I would want to buy that, but I have no way of knowing, what the brand is. I'll just, snap a picture and want to buy the same type of dress. So that's like a very intuitive fit for our technology. So we started with fashionable items like clothing, but the technology also works with like jewelry and furniture. So for launch, we're targeting e-commerce businesses of those types, like furniture, fashionable items, clothing, bags. We also want to launch product with a company that does shoes, bags, accessories, clothing, furniture. I think that's a good start. Anything that visual is a very important attribute for people to make a decision of what to buy. So I hope that answers the question. And with that, thank you very much for coming, and don't hesitate to let us know if you have interest in working with us or knowing more about our technology. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.